Hello everyone. Hi guys, I'm guys going to I'm doing good too. Okay, now I've got something really different for you. This is not something to do with the Nintendo Wii U today, yeah? So I'm gonna give you some information. So you know today's standard consoles, um, they used to do like this console war stuff here. They had to challenge each other. And now that kind of thing, it's not taking place anymore. Because all of these three consoles are struggling in their own ways. Now, if you look at the Nintendo company, they went into portable, didn't they? So they're going to release the Nintendo Switch. Now, look at what Sony Microsoft's doing. They're releasing handheld systems as well. Now, Microsoft has struggled big time. Why is this company still taking part in gaming? This company is crazy. I would say that they're ridiculous and they're very stupid in a way. Now, I'm going to give more information about this Microsoft company. Microsoft company, they have flopped miserably many times, haven't they, in consoles? Now, we're going to go for the recent ones. Microsoft Xbox One, flopped. Microsoft Xbox Series S, flopped. Then Microsoft Xbox, what's that, Series X, flopped. What are you expecting now? Now, this company is trying to release a handheld system for this year, and is trying to release a home games console for 2026. Now they're going to give us information in summer. That's what they're planning to do. I'm not here to tell you what you should be buying and what should you be interested in. I'm here to give you information, and I'm going to give you the exact information if the stuff that they're doing is right and wrong. Because people just give information about the company's doing. I don't really care what they're doing. But I will give my own info, what I think of the whole process. A company which flops every time they release a next-gen console. What are you expecting from them now? Nothing. Nothing literally, yeah? Now, I don't understand what this company is playing about, yeah? Because I think they're kind of crazy. That's what they are. They're releasing this handheld and this new console. Now, the aim of this whole process is it's a console and PC system in one. It's two in one. So basically, they're going to be using everything to do with PC, and they're going to use the power of a PC computer to do all this. Then I will tell you what I think, what silly and idiotic things this company is doing. I think nobody should buy the handheld and the Xbox system. I think nobody should buy that. Why is this company moving from console to PC for? What is going on there? You know, admit you've been defeated. You can't succeed, man. So you go and release this something to do with console and PC. You're crazy, man. This is stupid. So what their plans are, this is even stupid than I can think. Then I'll tell you what Sega was doing when they were releasing that mini games console. Because Sega has played a part in this before. Sega's already done this before. What Microsoft doing later on. Because Sega's done it with the Sega Mega Drive mini games console. No one has mentioned that. What was going on there? Microsoft says that they will have every console on their system and their games. How real does that sound? Who actually believes in that? Because think about it, when you talk about other systems, yeah, you need to have the licenses for each of them game. And how are you going to do that? Where are you going to get the licenses from? How's that possible? Maybe some of these developers are not even there anymore. So how are you going to be able to do that? I mean, some of these games are so flipping old. When they were back in the 1984, you know what? I gotta see him releasing Nintendo games on there. He's gonna wallop his face. I'm telling you. He touches the Nintendo stuff. He's had it. I'm telling you. We're talking about machines like every single console from the past. He's trying to put that into this new system and its games. You need to have licenses for releasing these games, alright? You cannot do that. Now, I'll give you some examples that what mini consoles been doing. I don't know which one it was, but looking at the Sega Mega Drive Mini. Sega Mega Drive Mini couldn't release every single game. Now, you gotta think that this is Sega's own damn system. The Sega Mega Drive. He couldn't even get the licenses for that. And what's this company on about? Getting licenses from various developers. How's that gonna happen? But because like a company like Sega, I mean they originally their system was a Sega Mega Drive, yeah? And then they're going to use a Sega Mega Drive Mini Games console. No, I'm not saying nothing to them, they're doing something wrong. Sega's good. They released the Sega Mega Drive Mini though, because Sega Mega Drive is a good system, it had really, really good stuff on it. I mean, that's why they released it. But they couldn't release every single game on it. They wanted to release different ones, but they couldn't do that because they didn't have the licenses on there. They couldn't release them. And what's this company on about? I mean, if a company like Sega, it was their own system, yeah? That was happening with Super Nintendo mini console as well, you know. They couldn't do it as well. So they just put 20 games in there. That's what they did, weren't they? They didn't put more than that. Nintendo did that. And both of the companies, Sega and Nintendo, for the mini consoles, they couldn't release that many games on it because they couldn't get the licenses for them games. So now looking at Microsoft, saying that it's going to release all these consoles, with all these games on each system, are you making a fool out of the customers again, are you? You're trying to trick people to buy your Xbox again, aren't you? You know, hear me now. Do not take part in this Xbox system. These guys messing around with the public and the customers, man. This company has failed miserably. They got nothing to do. That's why they're gonna release this dumb handheld, which is a flipping over 1,000 whatever it is dollars. And you think someone's gonna buy that? Who cares on the go? Who gives a bloody... You know, why do people take so much interest on handheld systems? I mean, you know, smartphones. You can take them outside and use them as well. I mean, that's another good process about the smartphones. You can use them, I mean, because smartphones got Android, and you can put quite a few emulators on there. They do quite a lot of things. So why do you need that? I mean, smartphones are way cheaper as well. Whatever it is, I mean, any phone, you know, it's got Snapdragon 800 or even 850, they're quite good. I know they're going higher than that, but you don't need to go that high. If you remember, Fujitsu released a phone called Fujitsu Arrows 5G. Now, if you look at the hardware inside that phone, okay, it was released back in November 2020. It's been 5 years old phone, but I'm not joking. Even if you look at this phone even in 2025, it's performing really well. Because I don't really think Android needs much more power than what Fujitsu has already released. And that's why Fujitsu hasn't released another phone right now. Whether they're going to release a phone in the future, I don't know. I think one of the best thing in terms of portable, and you're talking about on the go, was the Fujitsu Arrows 5G smartphone. it's still valuable. The phone is, honestly, it's still very, very valuable. I mean, it works really well. I mean, it's a good hardware, it's a good technology. There's very good features in this phone. I mean, if you buy this phone, you won't be disappointed. You can see some videos on digital RS5G. They've released even videos in 2025, and a lot of people say that this phone is still very good even in 2025 because one of the best phones you could ever buy. You see other companies, they keep releasing phone after every year. That's crazy. You don't need to do that. If your phone's doing everything, it's fine. But just to thought that they don't need to release another gaming phone, so they stick trying with it. But this Fujitsu phones, they're not normal phones, They're like, when you drop them, they don't break so easily. Yeah, they're like waterproof, dustproof, all of that kind of stuff is all involved on these Fujitsu phones. If you look at Fujitsu phones like the Arrows ones, yeah, the Arrows ones like were pretty good phones. They were very, very strong chassis on them. They were like a lot of different, like people who work were buying these phones for their for workers and businesses. There was stuff like that, and it was still valuable. Yeah. Now he's mentioning releasing every single system, but you're not going to be able to get all the licenses. How fake, how stupid a company could be. I'll give you another option where you can get a lot of these systems. Now he's on about a PC here, isn't he? He's not a console, is he? He's doing it through a PC. They're finding a way to use a PC. This thing is not a console anymore. It's a flipping PC. He's pushing you forward to the PC. Do you get what he's doing? Now if you look at the original Xbox, they were all consoles. Now this company is moving forward from consoles to PCs. So they're saying it's powerful and all that. So who cares? We didn't want a PC. We wanted another console from the company. Why are you making us go, towards PC? I mean, I'll be honest with you. If it's about PC, why don't you just get yourself a desktop computer? Just get yourself a desktop computer straight away. You don't need to do all that rubbish. It's madness. It's stupid. Now I'll tell you something else. Like I've been making loads of videos. You've probably seen it on the Nintendo Wiiu. I've been making loads of videos on that. And it was about the PC streaming. Now, let's understand clearly what I was doing. Basically, there's two sides to the Nintendo Wii U, isn't it? One side is for Nintendo, and the second thing is the modding thing, isn't it? Now, when we look at the emulators on the Nintendo Wii U, it has every single damn machine on this Wii U. I'm not kidding here. Alright, it might not be 4K, it might not be powerful like the other consoles or what it is, but you don't need any kind of power, man. You just want to play this stuff, innit? I wouldn't go towards power. I think it's just waste of time because power has lost many times on consoles. Nobody cares. People just want to play games. And how weak is a Wii U? It's not weak. It's a 1080p HD resolution console. When we look at 1080p HD versus 4K resolution, you're not going to see any difference. I mean, if you can do comparison from 1080p versus 4K, you won't see any difference. You won't. I'll be honest with you. If you had this game like on the TV right now, Horror Warriors, now you upscaled it to 1080p HD, and you went for the 4K version, you're not going to see any difference. Honestly, even if we're talking about upscaling here, yeah, to 1080p, because the Wii U Horror Warriors was a 720p HD game. If you look at natively, Horror Warrior was a 720p HD, but when you use the system settings and you go through TV, yeah, there's an option called TV in there. You can select 1080 1080p something, and it will upscale it to 1080p HD resolution for you. So it looks really impressive. 4K 1080p HD. They don't. I mean, 4K does different things. I think 4K is different. But if you look at the games, like if you look at it on the television, you're not going to see any difference like that. But 4K works in a different way, which I don't want to talk about in this video. I will make another video on that. 1080p versus 4K. I'll be talking about that as well. But if we just look directly, comparisons, you're not going to hardly see any difference, man. All it is, one screen is going to be just a little bit darker, one screen is a little bit brighter. But I've seen stuff like that. If you look at Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, what are you seeing difference? You're just seeing a bit darker screen, and the other one is just a brighter screen. And it just, because of the brighter screen, the colors stand out more. That's all it is. The more brightness, the better. More sharpness and brightness in a resolution, it better it looks. It looks more flashier. If you look at the Nintendo Wii, was a non-HD, and you look at Nintendo Wii U, it was HD. The graphics looked more flashier on the Wii U than the Wii, didn't it? It was like that. Now, going back to Nintendo Wii U, I was telling you what I was doing on this console. Basically, you got emulators through RetroArch, yeah, and then you got some emulators like Nintendo 64, GameCube, yeah. So Nintendo 64 GameCube is using the original Nintendo Wii programs, and then on top of that, you got Nintendo Wii, which was Nintendo Wii console. Then you got Nintendo Wii U. So these are another ones as well, which are using Wii U downloader to get some free games out of it and stuff like that. So these systems are like that. They got nothing to do with RetroArch. RetroArch had quite a lot of other machines, like from like Atari, Sega, SNK, Sony. Yeah, they had some of their consoles on the Nintendo Wii U directly. Now, if there wasn't any console that you couldn't see in there, then you had to you have to go on your desktop, then you have to install them for your desktop PC. So these are more high-end consoles which weren't on the Wii U. Yeah, I literally think the emulators that Wii U had, they were one of the best. What we're looking at here, we're looking at SNK Neo AES, SNK Neo CD, SNK Neo MVS. Yeah, that's one part of it. Then we got things like PC Engine CD, SNK Neo CD, as I said before, Sega Mega CD, and Sony PlayStation. Yeah, these were pretty epic consoles, and on top of that, they were like Nintendo stuff as well. Yeah. Okay, so on the Nintendo directly, you'll get things like Game Gear, Lynx 2, Neo Geo Pocket Color, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. So these were all available through RetroArch. The odd one was Nintendo DS, that was not using RetroArch. Okay, so there was another one. So there was these ones as well. So there was quite a lot. Now on the desktop, when we look further systems, yeah, like even from Sega, you can get on the desktop computer Saturn, Dreamcast. Now isn't Microsoft failing here? Already the Wii U has a lot of consoles already. Yeah, it's already got some. Yeah, Now I'm talking about desktop PC, the one he's talking about, the desktop computer. On the desktop PC, you can get Saturn, Dreamcast. I'm not going to go too high. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, things like that, yeah, of that nature. So it's kind of cool though, really, isn't it? Yeah, then you can get stuff like Xbox 360 and things like that. That's quite a lot of systems, yeah. When we look at directly on Nintendo Wii U and things on desktop. Now that's on a desktop, isn't it? So what you do once you got all of them emulators on the desktop, you stream them to the Nintendo Wii U, yeah. And when you stream them, streaming is a really big thing. Doesn't Microsoft even know that? Is it dumb or stupid? I don't know what the heck this company is doing. It looks like they're sleeping. Now, when you stream this to the Wii U, you will be able to play all these machines like Saturn, Dreamcast, and things like that. You will be able to do stuff like that. What other ones can you do? PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. Yeah, there's more PlayStations. I don't really bother with them because majority of PS4 and PS5, they're just like third-party games, and you know, majority of these third-party games are already on PC. Just a waste of time, these consoles anyway. The last two are. Yeah, so there's things like that. There's quite a lot of things going on there. Yeah. There's not much more consoles, to be honest, to have, because things like N64, GameCube, Wii U, you could play them directly on the Wii U. You don't need to, you don't need to put them on the desktop. No, you don't need that. Them programs on, I mean, for Nintendo consoles, they are not good as them. Yeah, and yeah, then we can play. Okay, there's one system that you probably have to put on your computer. It's the Nintendo Switch as well. I forgot about that one. Yeah, Nintendo Switch is on there as well. Yeah, you have to stream that to your Wii U. Things like that. So now look how many consoles we got already. Now you could play all of these machines on Wii U, man. You could play quite a lot of systems directly on the Wii U. You can stream your PC to the Nintendo Wii U and play more emulators. Check that out, man. Check it out. And above all, there's two systems from Nintendo. It's Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo Switch. You could also play them as well. So what is Nintendo? What is Microsoft on about? He's not making any sense. We don't need them. I mean, if look in terms of people who are Nintendo fans, if you own a Nintendo Wii U, you are able to play a lot of games directly and streaming them from the PC as well. Now I'll tell you one thing on streaming from the PC. Streaming to the PC doesn't mean your desktop's in the same room. No, it doesn't mean that. Originally, when Microsoft company introduced streaming, it was done through companies, wasn't it? Where a company will send you a link and then you can stream that company's all of that work, here to your computer, because you're working with them, aren't you? You're working with a specific company, and then they send you a link, then that computer would stream to your, if you're working in the home, it will stream to your home computer or in any of the office. Now I'll tell you something like that. Wii works the same way. If you got a computer, well, Max is on my desktop computer, isn't it? Most powerful, blah blah blah. You don't need power, alright? Power's not important. What's important is bringing them games. And you know what? When you play emulators, you don't need any licenses, do you? Because these are ROMs. ROMs are cartridges, ISOs are CDs. So all of these cartridges and CDs, they get uploaded onto the websites. Yeah, you probably heard about all these websites, yeah? Where you get your ROM and ISOs from, yeah? I don't need to tell you all that. And so whatever machine you're looking for, So I'll give you an easier way to do it. You don't need to listen to anything that Microsoft company is saying. They're just completely stupid. You don't need to have any of these loads of these systems on an Xbox system. You just need an emulators. That's all you need, man. You just need emulators. Emulators are games consoles. And then you just download a game for it. And you just play on them. That's all. Oh, well, I'm sure loads of people know about that. It's a bloody easy process. You don't need to pay any money. It's free. You know why it's going to make you pay a lot of money? So basically, these games, these emulators and these games are free. You're not paying nothing for them. Even if you're really skint, you ain't got no money, you're struggling, you're allowed to download these games. Okay, but if you got money and you downloading these games for free, just like that, then it's illegal, yeah? You can't do things like that. But if you're struggling with money and you can't afford it, you can't afford these games because they are going to be expensive, yeah? Because older games are going to go on rare, they're going to be really expensive. Because older games are more valuable than the new ones. Like we look at systems like older machines, like especially from Nintendo, like the Super Nintendos, Nintendo 64 and GameCube, these consoles own one of the best video games you'll ever get. Now, if we look at the Nintendo Wii U, the direct thing on there, you will get all of these direct, like the NES, Super Nintendo would be from RetroArch, and then you got these other programs. Where are they? Which one are they? Nintendo 64, yeah, which is a Mupen 64, something plus. You use that, which was from the Wii. And then you use on Nintendo GameCube, you use a program called Nintendo, which was a Wii program and game. And then you for Nintendo Wii games, you have to just download the games and stuff like that. You have to just rename the files, like these folders and the game files. You have to just rename them and make it compatible with the Wii U. So you just get a hard drive. You just put your Wii games in there. You've seen all of my videos on here and things like that. Yeah. And they should work straight away. If the game's bigger than 4 GB, then you have to use a thing called Wii Backup Manager. And for Nintendo Wii U, you have to use a thing called a Wii U download. Now, the Wii U downloader is absolutely a strong program. Yeah. In the Wii U downloader, you will get all of these machines. Eh? Are you ready? Okay. Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, DS. These are all handhelds. Let's go further now. Okay, NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. There's no GameCube. Okay, there's no GameCube. Okay. Wii and Wii U games, and also PC Engine. You get all of these just like that. What licenses do you need? What is he talking about? What licenses? Do you need licenses for these games? No, you don't. Wii Downloader is a proper, amazing program. You get lots and lots of games from these Nintendo consoles, man. All of these consoles are epic by Nintendo, yeah? Each system, what the VC was, eShop, the VC games, what they were doing, yeah, you've already heard all that, yeah? They had some epic games on them. Each system had epic games on there. And you don't need no licenses. You can get, there's so much potential on Nintendo Wii U on the homebrew thing on this console now, yeah? Because we know originally this console was playing Wii and Wii U. Now Wii is an amazing system because you're using remote and nunchuck for your control system. It's a different experience. It's like you're really doing something like using swords, rackets, whatever, stuff like that. For real, it's really epic stuff. And then you got this, the Wii U, which was using the Wii U gamepad. had a screen on there, like a handheld system. You're streaming your whole console to the Wii U console. There's a package like that. And also it was a dual screen technology where there's quite few games released for the Wii U, more than few actually, where you can experience dual screen for these games. So you gotta know when to use the gamepad and when to use the television. So that's like two different screens on the consoles. So whatever Microsoft is doing is just stupid. It's just ridiculous. You can just pick up a Nintendo Wii U. You could do direct games, emulators. Okay. It is more than that. You could do photo, music, videos. Okay, you could do all that. You can play DVD, MP3 discs by using a external USB PC drive. You need one of them. So do not put the disc in the Wii U. It doesn't work like that. It won't work. So it does everything like that. And finally, PC streaming. Look at that. This console does a lot. This console is an epic thing, man. It's amazing. And do you know, you can even, I'll tell you something else that you probably don't know. Maybe you've seen some videos on it. I got quite impressed with that. Wii U can do something else. I don't know if other consoles can do that. Basically, if you got some games on your internal hard drive of the Nintendo Wii U, it usually runs out quick because it's only like 32 GB in there, and things like that. So it's 32 GB in there. So what happens there, if you connect an external USB PC drive, make sure it burns disks. So what you do with that, I'll probably if I bought a drive, I'll show you how to do all that. So you get a disk, you format it with the Wii U software. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm making it short. Yeah, you just format it. Once it's formatted and it's success, then you can burn the games, yeah, which are in your internal hard drive to them disks. Yeah, now burning disks, you can put them on them disks, and then what happens? You can't play these disks once they've been burned. You cannot play this disc in the Wii U console's drive. No, you can't play them now. You have to use the drive, any drive. So the drive you burn the disc with, you can use that same drive. So you have to put that disc in that external USB drive. It works like that. It's really good because it saves a lot of memory and also all that. And I think you already know that Nintendo originally made it compatible with hard drives. You can connect a USB hard drive. You connect it on the back, and you can just put all of your your game file, save data onto the external hard drive, and then what happens? It gets moved. You can move that to the external hard drive, and then obviously nothing's in the internal memory. Then you have to use that external hard drive to play that game. It's really good. So you can actually do that. You know what I mean? You can do stuff like that. So pretty epic stuff. So as I was saying, you don't need to follow any footsteps what Microsoft's saying. Because licenses is going to be a big problem. And I don't know how they're going to do that. It's going to be quite difficult. But if you look at in terms of emulators, direct on Wii U, and emulators on the desktop PC, then you can stream them to Nintendo Wii U. You'll get a lot of big database of emulators on the Nintendo Wii U. But I do feel that the best consoles of all time are consoles like Nintendo 64, GameCube, and Wii U. And by far probably the three of the best consoles ever is GameCube, Wii, and Wii U. You have all these three consoles in this system, you're gonna have one of the best video games ever made. And these come from GameCube and Wii U. Take a look at all of these three consoles, combine the strength, and see the power of Nintendo gaming on the Nintendo Wii U. So everything's on in this console. From the emulators, you don't need any licenses. You can play anything on this for free, man. You don't need to pay nothing. I don't wonder what he's gonna make you pay. He's gonna make you pay heavy money for the handheld system and the console. But the Nintendo Wii U is really cheap. This around about unboxed one just for £100, man. That's nothing. And look at the amount of stuff this console does, man. Look what it does. Now, even when you pay £100, yeah. Look, you got the television. Now, otherwise, look. You also can see on. Look at that. It's on the Wii U as well. Look at that. For £100, you get to use a dual screen technology. Now, if you look on the TV, I don't know if you can see it. It says use on the gamepad, yeah? So let's see what happens. Because on the television it says you can press this minus button. Look what happens. See? It's switched off on the television. Now you can play on the Wii U gamepad. Check that out. Look at that. Or you can press the minus button again. Comes on the television. And you can bring the sound of the Wii U gamepad. Look. Look at that. Looks flipping marvelous. Nintendo Wii U's never gonna go out of date. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, let me hear that. Look, speaking in Halo Warriors. Halo Warriors is one of the most epic Battlefield games I've ever played. There's not a better game than this. So I mean, the process of what Microsoft's telling you, that console PC in one, he's making go towards PC, which I think is wrong, because end of the day the Xbox was originally a console, not a PC, and now he's talking about bringing every console on there onto the Xbox system or something like that, and then playing them on the handheld system. That's utter rubbish. Now, can the Wii U be played outside on the go? Yes. Did you know, without even connecting it to a television, if you got the console with you and the Wii U gamepad, it comes directly like that, without even connecting the HDMI to the television. You don't need to connect it. You can have the console in front of you, yeah, and you can just play straight away like that. You don't even need to connect it to the television at all. Just like that. It's amazing. So you can take it. You could take the whole system, like the Wii U gamepad and the console together, and you can play anywhere on the go. I mean, if it's about inside a room, you can just put the plug on, and you can do that. I'll give you one process. Lots of people go to restaurants and all that. Yeah? They go to restaurants and things like that. When you do that, you sit by a table where there's a plug. I've seen many other people I even know, they do that with the Wii U. You can play this literally Wii U outside. And you can take all your GameCube, Wii and Wii U games with you. Well, you don't take the discs or something like that. You put them on your... if it's about GameCube games, it will be on an SD card. If it's about Wii games, it will be on a external USB hard drive, which should not be formatted. If it's about Wii U games, it should be another hard drive, which should be external USB hard drive, which should be formatted. Yeah? And you can do all that on the go. So basically you can have that console on there. You can even watch films on it. So basically you can have the Wii U in front of you there, and you can use a stand, and then you can just put it on there. and you can start watching your films. It's really, really good. You can take this thing outside. Even if you got your own car, in the car adapter you have, you could use one of them. I don't know how you do it. You use that to power up, and then you can use a Wii U in your own car. Yeah, so that means you can play this thing outside without even a Nintendo Switch. You don't need a Nintendo Switch anymore. You don't need that. You could just use one of these things. You can use a Wii console and enjoy everything. I mean, there's quite a lot of stuff you can put onto this Wii U. It's quite a lot of things. I will release another video. What can you do with the Wii U when you take it outside? Another thing is that I might as well tell you this. Have you guys thought about this? That running PC games on there somewhere else, which is not in the home network, because a Moonlight is a program made for the home network, isn't it? And it doesn't work anywhere else. But there is something else which I'm not gonna share that information to you. You can take this console. So basically, you can have your desktop will be in your home. It should be turned on, and you should have sunshine on there, and it should be all ready and all that stuff. And then you could take this Wii U console to your friends and relatives' house. Yeah? And once you do that, you can stream PC Steam, PC emulators, whatever, to another place, wherever you're gone, like your friends or relatives' house. It will stream there. You will able to do it on the Wii U gamepad, and you will able to do it on the television. You can even use your friends or your relatives' television, and you will be playing PC games in that person's house. What do you need the bloody Xbox for? You guys are an idiot. PC streaming is epic thing, man. You could do it in your home. You can do it locally, nationally, internationally. You could do it in a different country as well. Yeah, it's that good, you know. PC streaming. Or maybe some people already know that. I'm telling people who are novice probably don't know that this store is only in your home network. No, it's not. It's in your home, which is your local. It can be national. National means like wherever you are. Like if I'm in the Sandal area from Birmingham, then I have to go in London, Manchester, Leeds, places like that. Like if I want to go to them places, I have to catch a coach. You get it? I'm in a local place, but if I want to go to national places, I can go there and things like that. But and international countries, any country, the biggest thing about going to a different country or a different place, like even in the UK, because I'm in the UK, yeah, it's about the IP address. You see, in your home, that's your IP address. But if you went to your friends or relatives, that IP address will be different, and you need to put that IP address in the config file. And also, international, same thing. You need to put it there as well. You need to put their IP address. You don't even need to ask them. You know the system setting I used to ask you? The system setting I used to show you. Yeah. The IPv4 address something, it's gonna tell you when you go to that place. It will tell you what the IP address is. Whether you use the MS-DOS way or you use the system settings way. You know then something that internet network something option in the system settings. It beats through there. So you do not need any Xbox handle. You don't need any Xbox console. You don't need to have all them systems. And you don't need to worry about any licenses. You can do this right now. Why wait for that? Why saying 2026? I'll be showing these games right now. You could do this right now, this minute. rather than waiting for that all that rubbish he's talking about. And I think at the end of the day, it's not going to work out anyway. It's going to fail. It's going to flop. You just watch. Because you're talking about a lot of systems here. It's just wowing you. It's trying to get you interested in that whole damn process. You know what? Don't get into that whole rubbish. Because you can't do it anyway. So bringing all the machines, you ain't got licenses. You have to have licenses for each game, you know. Did you guys know that? If you remember Sega Mega Drive got licensed by Sega. You used to say that, didn't you need to have a license. You can't just go and grab a game like that. You get bloody prosecuted. Yeah, you're gonna be going into trouble. This guy's silly. What this company's gonna do? He's gonna release these systems and then games which don't require licenses. He's gonna do that. Just watch. And the games that require licenses, you won't get them. And why you want to spend so much money on this Xbox Handheld and Xbox console when you can do all of this stuff on your desktop and Wii U with the emulators and all the games are free, man. You don't pay for them. All you just need, if you already got a good desktop, I'm going to tell you something. For PC streaming, you should have a desktop. Even if you got something like i3 core, you're fine. 4 GB RAM, got GPU like NVIDIA GTX 970. Windows 10, you're fine. They're pretty cheap. And then you just need to pick up a Wii U, which in our country is all about between, I don't know, £85 to £100. That's what it costs, unboxed one. If you want a boxed one, probably, I don't know, between £150 to £170, that's it. And you will be able to do everything just like that. This console can be used in the home and you can take it outside. Honestly, you can take it anywhere. You can take it in the restaurants, you could take it in a car, you can take it in your friends and relatives, you can also take it internationally to another country. You will still able to use that PC streaming, man. You will able to use your PC games that you have on discs, the copies you made. You will able to do PC Steam. You will able to do PC Meta. You can do the lot. Now I hope you understand what I'm saying here. Yeah, so you don't need to worry about anything really. Okay. You got the power in your hand. Nintendo Wii U is the ultimate games console, man. It does a lot. So check it out. It's really, really good. Don't bother with power crap. Power is not important, okay? What's important? It's about getting all these quality games. Because near enough, the Wii U will be able to stream just about up to 1080p HD resolution. It will do that, honestly. If you guys are a bit unsure, because loads of people were just doing non-HD, they think you can't even do 720p on it. That's not true. You should be able to just about get to 1080p HD. The resolution I got up to was I can't remember what it was again. Wait there, I'll just show you. Yeah, this is the resolution I got up to. Yeah, I'll show you that. So I've covered quite a lot of stuff in my video today. So I hope you guys will like that. So let me just stream it again. See, look, I'm streaming. Look at that. My computer's somewhere else. Look, I'm streaming on the Wii U. Check it out. And I'm using it on the television. Look at that. And I got the Wii U gamepad in front of me. Okay, let me just go here. Yeah. All settings here. System. Right now the screen is on 1280 times 720. Okay, I can use it on this. Look, I set my Moolah config file on this one. Look, 1768 times 992 resolution. I've set it on that. I'll show you what it looks like on here. Look, I'm telling you that. Look. There you go. It looks like that. This is the resolution I've selected. There you go. It looks like that. It looks amazing. Looks good, isn't it? Yeah. So check it out. So there you go. Absolutely epic stuff, yeah? Even you set that because your maximum resolution of your Wii console is set it on that. But if your games can't handle it, that doesn't matter. You can set any resolution on these games, yeah? Okay, like... Oh, there's a switch over there. Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you this final thing now, yeah? Like, for example, we got this Dell F6. Now I'll just press play. Okay. Now, this is set in that resolution, yeah? So I'll show you that resolution, what is set it on the actual there as well. What the game is set it on. This console is really, really good. You can play PC games on it, man. Using a desktop PC streaming on the Wii U. It's really good. Okay, switch problem, doesn't matter. The game settings. Oh, that's wrong. To go to graphics. Oh, come on, let me do it, man. Oh, that streaming is bad, eh? That's the problem, man. See, look. You go down here, yeah? Look at set on that resolution, yeah? It hasn't got it, look. It's only the maximum, see, it hasn't got that resolution, look. So I can do 16 times 900. Oh, I can do 1600 times 900 on it. So that resolution is quite good. It's going towards 1080p, you know. Yeah, you shouldn't be really disappointed in all that crap, yeah? You know what I mean? So it's supposed to be really good. Because that 7068 times 992 is not on Dell 6. It's not in there. I'm afraid. So I can't do it, can I? Lucky, right? Thanks, through. Come on. Oh, it's not going through now. It's epic thing if you can get this running really good. Because Wi-Fi's are really struggling in our area. It's just messed up, you see. That's why he's doing that. Let me try to move the location of my bloody room. Damn the hell, man. Oh, what the hell? They're trying to the bloody open. Nasty bummer. Let me see if I can here. Let's try that here. Ah, got it working, see? So the maximum is this one, 16 times 100. There you go. Yeah, 16 times 900. Good resolution still. Not bad. So I'll try to do some training. So stay away from that Microsoft, I'm telling you. Yeah? Look at this. You can play PC games. What is he on about, man? You can do everything on it. You say bloody Nintendo Wii U, look. The console, that. You didn't even take off so well. Look at this. Look how much stuff it does. Come on, girls, let's go. Best girls in a video game, I would say. This game's got really amazing backgrounds. Oh, I know the game didn't do so well. That's a different story. It's all about content stuff, innit? I don't really follow content stuff. I really enjoyed this game. It's really good. People would tell you not to buy it. Now look at this. Look at that. It's using that resolution. Look at that. It's not really slow. You know what's happening? You know what's happening? Oh, look at that. You know what, that slowdown, it's not coming from the resolution, don't think like that. It's coming from the... Look at that, man, wow. It's got wicked backgrounds on. So there you go. Pretty cool. Amazing. I'm going to set it back where it was, yeah. Because I like to play in 720p. Check it out. Good settings as well. It works really, really well through the Wii U. But the Wii U's got able to handle it. Yeah, I think the Wii is handling the 1600 times 100 really well. Check it out. It is this very stinky Sony Microsoft consoles, man. When you can play PC streaming on Nintendo Wii U, man. What you got to lose? Get yourself a Nintendo Wii U, man, and start doing PC streaming on it. So what you need to do, get yourself a desktop PC. As I gave you a specification, you don't need the PC, doesn't need to be very powerful. From the desktop, stream to the Wii U, and you can play games like this. And yeah, you can play characters like Tommy on DLI6. Check it out. The Cry Dog. Epic stuff, man. So there you go. I hope you guys understand what the information that I've been giving to you about this. So I mean, this is what I think you should be going for. If you buy a thing like this is what the problem with people are. They don't think, do they? They just keep on paying money on these systems, and they keep on listening to what they are saying. Yeah, you shouldn't really bother with these kind of systems really, because if a consoles keep on failing, they're just trying out different ideas to make you buy it. They're luring you to their traps. So you don't need to do all that kind of silliness. So just pick up a Wii U. It doesn't cost so much. You can flipping stream PC games and PC emulators. Look at this, man. I could do the. You can put the entire desktop on it. Look at that. You can do your work on it. Check it out. Look. It's flipping amazing, isn't it? You can start playing on your Wii U gamepad straight away. You can start enjoying DLR 6 PC streaming on the Wii U. Check it out. So, hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Give it a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye for now.